Hi, welcome to Mystic Moon's live chat and discussion and personal readings. Well, how's everybody tonight? I'm starting a little early. Usually I'm the night bird, like late at night, dawn, no, pre-dawn, the hour of the wolf. No, that's the hour before dawn. No, I'm usually the midnight person. However, I'm starting a little early just because. Seems when it's cold, the times just mesh into each other. And it's pretty cold. It's below zero where I am. High in the mountains in the northeast, snow is quite heavy. It's not going anywhere. And apparently, I'm left to mind travel, cosmic travel on this starry night. Of all the planets being, or at least six planets being in alignment. So there's lots of thoughts, lots of restlessness, and lots of energy. Anyway, welcome. Welcome, subscribers and supporters. Thank you very much for all the kind donations and words and comments. I really appreciate it. And Mystic Moons is still searching to find out why do we have trickle, trickle, trickle. Like, for instance, why all of a sudden the drones are back in the news? We have a hiatus of 2 weeks, didn't we? 2 weeks. 2 weeks, we didn't hear anything. We just heard fire, fire, fire. Now we're having a hiatus on the fires. And we're back to the drones. Of course, drones never stopped. But why are they talking about them now? And now they're saying they're over. The drones are now they're not only the sizes of SUVs, they're the sizes of buses. Buses. Maybe they'll be the size of trains. Who knows? Who knows? And again, I guess now that Trump is El Presidente, we have the drones back and in his lap to discuss and tell us, the population, why are these drones in the sky? And we can speculate they are, whose are they? And it could be a show of force, which obviously it's a show. It's a show. But what is the objective of the show, especially since it's still hovering around military bases, and it loves New Jersey in the United States. And also, it's been in UK too. UK too. There's a few hot spots, and probably they're U.S. bases. I don't know for verbatim, if it's actually that. But the drones are back. So what do you think about that? Hey, how you doing? How's everything? I don't know if those drones have any sex to them. I mean, drones, boy or girl. Is it just like machines, or is there somebody driving those things? Somebody having sport, like amusement park, but they just use the skies, the cosmos to turn us on. That could be it, don't you think, Tris? That could be it. Tish 37, 34. 14, 314. I once had a nice golf apartment that it was 314. I like that number. What am I doing? I am trying to figure out, with your help, hopefully, that you could tell me why are they putting the drones or your psychic energy, our psychic energy together, can tell us why we have the drones now. I mean, why? What's the deal? What is the deal with the drones? I mean, it's like tap water, turn off. You talk about it, turn off, you don't talk about it. But they're still going on. Like, what is this? What is this whole thing? And why, another thing, why it's like, they're tired of talking about the LA fires, which, 2 weeks now, it's still burning. What is this shit? Hi, Prismatic. Love your name. What do you think about the drones? What do you think? What do you think is going on? I think that I could do a reading. Now, what are these drones doing in the sky? That's a good one. Okay. What are these drones doing? Or should I say, who are these drones? I don't think, if there were aliens, nah. I don't, it's not aliens. Or are we showing an alien force, but, what we're capable of? That could be possible. That could be, couldn't it, right? Yes, something to do with. Okay, so let's see. But what is that thing? What is that thing to do with the government? Let's see now. Let's see now. Let's see. How should we phrase this? Um. Okay, that's good. I'll just do it. Are these drones something to do with the government? Right? I mean, it can't be all Star Trek mafia type stuff, dudes. Oh, okay. So let's just say, are they something to do with the government? Of course. Who else would have? No, I can't say who else would have such cash reserved. But the world's richest man. He's 53 years old. Elon Musk. He wasn't with any government until, well, publicly anyway, until recently, coming into Trump's arena. All right, let's just take 3. Okay. Let's see. Is it something to do with the government? Here we have the 9 of Cups. Well, the 9 of Cups. Can barely see that. But the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups. Well, maybe they're all, taking ecstasy or just smoking pot and just going, wee, ecstasy. Yeah, because the government's very, very happy to show everybody, the masses, every single dog, cat, man, child, that what we have. And we hit with the 6 of Cups. The 6, and look at this, the 9 of Cups. This is a show off. They're showing off. Okay. The government, and look at this, the Page of Swords. Show off. Okay, so they're showing off. The government is showing off. Okay, we got that. They're showing off. They're in ecstasy about what they have. Yes. It's just the smart meters wasn't enough, and the cameras on every road and every house and everywhere wasn't enough. They want to show blankets of something, of activity. No, they're just showing off. They're showing off. Now the point is, what are they showing off? Why are they showing off? Why is this whole big look at me thing, right? Now, they're showing off. To whom? Are they showing off to us? They don't really care. And who's watching us? Could it be, maybe they just can't say, look what we've had for years. We've had these flying saucers, us, right? Us, all of our governments have had these flying saucers. And this is a wonderful time to show everybody. That's kind of, that's kind of stupid. That's kind of stupid, isn't it? But I mean, why do they want us to think about them so much? Now, usually, if you were if you were going out, right, you dress up really cool, you look really nice. I mean, you wouldn't be just putting on anything. You want to impress someone, right? And the government is trying to impress whom? The governments are impressing whom? Whom? What? That's a question. Right, Prismatic. It's to do titch with the government. Now they're trying to impress us, and they don't care about us, so we wouldn't say us. But who are they trying to impress? They're dressed to kill, showing off their drones like we were to dress up outside for a reason. Like you want to show that I'm stately, I'm respectable, I have nice clothes. I mean, something like that. But right now, the government is showing us why. Why? That's the question. Why? They're watching us. All right, let's just pull 2 cards and just see if we can get a why on this from these vintage cards, because these cards are from the 80s, and I'm sure they had these drones going on in the 80s. This is nothing new. Imagine what they have now that they have yet to show us, right? Or maybe they just, things are suspicious. Things are suspicious. Even this endless fire in LA, why are they? I mean, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Now, we have the Queen of Wands and we have the 10 of Pentacles. Still showing off like this is us. This is not for us. This is like the people of Earth have these weapons. Could that be it? The people of Earth, maybe, just maybe, we're showing off for a non-human force, perhaps. I mean, they don't care that we see it, obviously, because it's been going on for like 2 or 3 months now and no explanation. They're not even caring. But why is it necessary to show? Maybe, okay, how about this? Maybe, I mean, a maybe. This is a maybe. Maybe the fires of LA was an attack. Huh? Was an attack by something non-human, and we're showing our might or something. Something's going on. Something on a level that we're on Star Trek. We're in sci-fi land. We're in sci-fi land. Don't you agree? It could be we're showing off for the aliens that they don't want to tell us about. I mean, they were supposed to have a disclosure in November of last year. But of course, you couldn't expect the past administration to like remember all the things they had to do because reasons. But the point is, we're showing off for somebody, and it's not us. It's not like we're not showing, the United States isn't showing off to China, isn't showing off to Russia because they all have the same stuff. They all have the same stuff. And they've been fighting these wars in Ukraine and Gaza and South America. They've been fighting these wars with clubs like cavemen, clunk, 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 something going, a certain surface to surface. I mean, they've been keeping a low key where they could show you we can go high key. Now, it's squeezy. Let's see if we're showing off to aliens. Okay, we'll just take this. Okay, we'll take like 4 cards and is this show for the aliens? Okay, we'll just say a broad thing, right? Broad. Is this light show, is this drone show, these things for aliens? I mean space aliens too. We're talking about space aliens, not like, you or I or anybody else. We're talking about these things for space aliens. And I'm randomly picking. Are these drones back for space aliens? Huh. Let's see. Yeah. This one. I'll take this card here. Okay. Now we have 4 cards. Let's see if this show is this drone show is for space aliens. Well, duh. That's a warning, right? The tower. That's a warning. And we have the Knight of Swords. It's a show of might. It's like when you dress up in fancy clothes. And there's more than one type of space alien, I would say, with a 6 of Cups. And we're showing off like a bark. It looks as though we're really showing what we're capable of, not to another country. No. Because it wouldn't be hovering so much around bases. It would be more covert. Wouldn't you say more hidden? I would say we're showing off to something of non-human. We're showing off something non-human. Do you think they're able to tell us? Do you think they would ever say? Nah, they wouldn't want to cause panic, which is why there's free-for-all. It seems as though when you have these huge fires, it's an attack. I mean, even the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, that happened not too long ago. That was a major incident, and it's quiet. And that was a key port for a lot of U.S. defense systems. It was a major export-import key space. So, area. Okay, we won't say space when all these drones are happening in space. So I would say that this is just a lot of pomp and circumstances to show a non-human force. Maybe. I mean, it's like this. Check this out. Listen to this. No, okay. So we know that, like, DEW, direct energy weapons, right? Anybody or anything from anything, any place, space, another planet can send a direct energy weapon on anything else. Especially when you have conduits, like such as conductive things, such as radiation, ionized radiation, which, smart meters, the smart grid, things like that. But, they keep on saying the same thing with Maui as with LA. The blue doesn't burn. Like there's trees that don't, it burns glass. It melts glass. These fires melts glass. It melts stone. It melts everything, steel. But they don't seem to melt blue. Now, isn't that weird? That's weird. Now, that's why you can tell it's something unnatural, because in theory meaning actuality, there's only two colors, which are defined blue and red. Now, one is lightness through dark, and one is darkness through light. So what do you think blue is? Blue is, now a direct energy beam would have to be light. It's not shooting dark rays, it's shooting light rays, right? So that's why the blue does not burn. We put that together, and I think that's an interesting hypothesis, an interesting theory of why the blue, like recycle bins don't get burnt, but houses do and steel does. It's a theory, but it's a show. Look what we can do. Look what we can do. We'll get you if you. Now, why? That's a question. Why? I can't understand why. Do you have an answer? A fight with swords. A fight with swords can be even like a, I guess in a way a drone could be considered like a sword, because of course they have beams, they have weapons on these drones. That's obvious. That's obvious. And it just seems that we can have some sort of moment of clarity. We can have something that could tell us, why are these things happening? Why are these things happening? I see my kitties in the background. Why are these things happening? And where does it lead to? What does it lead to? Okay, so Trump is president, blah, blah. And he's going to tell us? He's just pledging like $600 billion for AI centers, which increases the electric grid, increases like AI. This whole thing, which it seems rather awkward, since they can't explain anything to the populations, but they can keep on making more and more machines, more and more machine learning, more and more data. Maybe the email, like you said, maybe these drones are just collecting, blanket collecting information. Why not? It's like they would just point the tip of their drone, and it would gobble up everything and tell us exactly what's going on. However, we don't know. Apparently, I guess when people look at something like the drones and then they start thinking about it, it must make it more and more, popular, give more and more frequency. I guess our speculation kind of adds to the climax, the tension. And somebody's looking for lots of tension, because they're certainly putting a lot into the show. Just think about it. Why are these drones the size of buses, etc., orbs and whatnots, using up all this energy just to fly around the sky? Is it practice? Is this what our new reality is going to be? Drones landing here and there? And it's surprising. A lot of people think that these drones are nothing but recreational, Kmart, Target, Walmart toys. I don't think so. Can you imagine buying a toy that goes 1,000 miles an hour and you can shoot off to any place? Well, we can see that we have no answer for this. We have no answer. But do you think, take this back in. Do you think they're going to do something with these drones? Like a real action? Do you think they're going to do something about, make these drones do something other than the LA fires? And maybe they could have set the LA fires. We don't know. Do you think we're going to, do you think more things are going to happen? Let's see. Let's integrate this back in. Do you think more things are going to happen now that we are back with Showtime and the drones? Hi, Jen. Well, pass into what? What is the next stage of the Showtime? What is the next stage of the show? All right, they showed off. They're showing off. It's true, and we're showing our might. Like we're gonna, we can f you up if you bother us, and we don't know exactly who is this show is for. It's not for you and me. We know that, but is it? The show must go on. Yeah, but what's the next phase? We have it's like the chorus line came out. Now we're going for the main show. Even when you have a rock concert, you have an opening show, right? You have an opening act. Okay, now we already had the opening act. It's been going on for 6 months. Not 6 months. It's been going on for 2.5 months. The opening act. And they've had a few Showtime things, and we've had like little fog, we had some fire. Now we're back to the drones again. So what's the next step? What's the next step? What is, let's say, the next step of the show? Excuse me. What is the next step in this drone show? Yes. Okay. Now let's see. Let's see what's the next step. All right. These cards are good for calamity. I must get the dragon cards too. They're good too. Okay. Now, it can't be just peacefully looking. Oh, mommy, look. No. We have to have some action to make us more uptight. Because now we're going, Trump will tell us what these things are. Why should he? Why should anyone say anything? That's what the prevailing attitude is. We don't want the masses to freak out. However, are they totally in control? Who are they? Who is they? Speak up. Who are these things? Who are these things? What's the next step? All right, let's see what the next step in these drums. It just can't be there going, la, 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 in the sky. It just can't be there. Look at me, look at me, look at me. They're getting us familiar. They're softening us up. We're already soft. We're already ta-ta over it. We're already like, okay, all right, I've seen that before. So we're already conditioned to like, there's drones, so what? Now, let's see. Now, let's see. All right, we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. All right, so it's obviously there's more to come. There's something with a lot of more to come. Something with a lot of abundance. We're thinking abundance. We have fleets of these things. Fleets. Okay, so what do we see? We see one or two or half a dozen. Are we supposed to see like 3 dozen at one time? And we have here the Queen of Wands. No clue. No clue about this Queen of Wands. It could just be, this is opulence and pressure. Opulence and pressure. Opulence with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, pressure. Opulence and pressure. the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. There's a push to show for more. We have to get the crowd going. And we have Temperance. Well, let's try to see how long we can just be satisfied with going, oh, look up there. Look. And they're wondering how long can this pause of just look at me, continue. I'm going to put this over here. And the next thing we have, well, it's still waiting. It still is a time card. Wait 4 months, 4 days. What is 4 days from now? Nothing really. Nothing really. Just wait card. Wait. Wait pensively. Here we almost have 2 timer cards. We have moderation and waiting. They're planning something. They are planning something. Planning something. Planning something. What are this? Opulence and pressure planning. And to keep it moderation. Oh, we have the 10 of Wands. They're going to push something. Something's going to happen again. And they're just waiting. And we have here a Page of Wands. Well, it seems as though they're just waiting and waiting to going to do one more incident to make some aggravation, as if what's already happened is not enough. Something about, yes, there's something more. Another thing is coming. Could it be 4 days? 4 days from now, there's something coming. 4 days from now. 4 days from now. 4 weeks from now? What is 4 weeks from now? A month from now. That would be February the 20th. Wouldn't it? Something like that. Could this be the beginning of our World War III? Something's funky. Nobody goes around showing drones the size of buses, the size of SUVs, the size of garages, just for like treats. Like, oh, they would send you to a movie or a museum. I mean, not a museum, an amusement park. This is something else that is happening. This is something else, and it's going to make your, look at this. It's going to give you the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands is going, just you wait. Just you wait. There's something in next month is going to be happening. And even if it's something, we see 3 swords up here, and there's a 4th one here. But these are 3 active swords. Maybe there's one force that's trying to avert World War III. One force. This could be indication of something is up. Something is up, and we can't be restful. We can't be restful. We can't be freakazoids, but we can't be restful either, because nobody puts on that kind of money show for hot air, right? Nobody. No one. I think something is definitely, something stinks. Something doesn't make sense. It's not matching. It's not mathing. 5. There's something going on. That we can say something is definitely going on. Let's look at this 10 of Wands, okay? Let's just, and let's also look at these last 3 cards. Now, this 10 of Wands, let's see if we can get some indication of what this 10 of Wands is all about. 10 of Wands, what is this misery? What is this misery that's coming our way soon? That's the point of all this. It's another misery that's coming the United States way, because the United States is the empire right now, du jour, the empire of the day. Of course, it's not just us. It's not just us. U.S. Some misery is coming our way. Misery. I'm sick of misery. But let's just see. Okay. Now, we have the Three of Wands. The date is already picked. The date is already picked. The Three of Wands. The date is already picked. It's already picked, Jen. It's already picked. It's already picked. And here we have the King of Wands. Ooh, it sounds fiery, doesn't it? Two wands, the King of Wands. The King of Wands and the Three of Wands. And the Three of Cups. Three of Cups. Well, the Three of Cups. Is this something to celebrate? And again, we have Temperance, meaning it's probably they're not going to go as strong as they could go. Something will happen, but it's not going to be, the date is picked, but it's just going to be not as strong as it could be. Wow, this is more confusing than anything. Temperance, the Three of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Three of Wands. On the two wands, we have a date picked out. And then we have the Three of Cups and Temperance, which almost could be that we have two sides, two opposing sides, which may mean that the drones in the sky that we see, that could be preventing a full-scale blasters. They won't be able to stop all of it, but maybe they can stop some of it, a portion of it. What do you think? Yes, the day has definitely been picked. That's already picked. It's already there. But I would say this is almost two sides. We have Temperance and we have the Three of Cups. Two sides. Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Three of Wands, rather. Both sides. Temperance. One side wants to have some restraint. The other one goes, hell with it. I'm blasting. All right. So that is this. This is this Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is for Ten of Wands. This is the Ten of Wands. And maybe we can think that this is the end, and that could be our little, casa in the background. That, we have to just get through this hurdle. But don't count on it. Don't count on it, because let's look at this Page of Wands. Now, this Page of Wands. Now, this could be just a little non-inconsequential piece of information. Or it could just be, you ain't seen nothing yet. Could be. Yeah, well, let's see. Now, let's look at this Page of Wands. Now, let me see. Page of Wands. Let me see. Page of Wands. Come on, Spirit. Tell me, what is this Page of Wands? Now, could this be a surrender, or, we won't fry all of you up at once? Something like that? Do you think so? It could be. Or we could do much more damage, but what's the point of it? Surrender. Jump off the cliff. When I say jump when I say jump. There's a lot of strange vibrations going around. Let's see, which of these two? This one. Okay. Now, let's see, what do we have here? We have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is already set in stone. That means whatever's going to happen on the 10 of Wands is already done. That's a done deal. The day is already set, and they're going to do it. There's nothing to stop it. And then we have here the Two of Wands. Be on the outlook for some more action. And we have the Five of Wands. Yeah. This is a warning. The Page of Wands is a warning. We have here Two of Wands. We have the Five of Wands, and we have the Eight of Cups. Meaning, there's not going to be there's not enough water to put out all the fires, all the destruction. There's not enough cute words, emotions, incentive to stop what's going on. Which is why we're having this show of look at me flying in your territory, in your sky. Come on, come outside. It's cold, but look up in the sky. Bring your popcorn and watch. That's just sick, isn't it? That's a sick idea. But here we have the Page of Wands is a warning. Give up. Give us what we want. Give up. Give up. Give up. Give up. Give us what we want. And now this time card here. It's Four of Wands. Let's see now. What is this Four of Swords. Of Swords. Right? Yes. They don't want to do that much damage. Give up. Give up what? Give up what? Give up what? I don't know. What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Give up what? Give up our nuclear weapons? Maybe. Give up our nuclear ambitions to kill each other? Maybe. You could hope for the best. Or it was just a stinking, dirty race of humans, and you should just, be obliterated. It also could be on the cards. Four of Swords. Let's find out this time card. Now, the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords. In fact, I'm going to use this deck here for the Four of Swords. Oh, I just dropped some. Hold on a second. Let me pick it up. Yeah, I'm going to... Thank you. All right, I picked up all the cards. And let's see. Let me make sure they're all straight. Now, obviously, we already ascertained that this show is not for us. This is not a cute little show that we can watch on Nickelodeon. No, this is something more major. And obviously, the change of presidents doesn't matter. The change of administrations, because the same thing is happening, right? The same thing is happening. All right, now let's see. Now we're in for some pain. It's not going to be as strong as they could do it, meaning they're not going to blow off the whole state of, let's say, Pennsylvania. No. But something is going to happen. Because it's in there. It's up there in our face for a reason. Now, this Four of Swords. What is this? Does this mean? Four of Swords. The time element. One second. Now, we just took up, this is a timing card. Now, let's see, what is, all right. Now, which one of these two? This one. All right, now this timing card. Yes. I think that, okay, so let's look at this timing card first. Ooh, the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords. Gross. Gross. Ugh, right? Ten of Swords. This is with this timing card. And we have again this dualism. Dualism. What is this two? We have it. There's something about two of Pentacles. And we have the Hangman. Pisces energy, Hangman. There's going to be some sort of, we're all in this together, but we know we're not all in this together. And we had the Ace of Cups. It could be that this time, yeah, it could be we'll have a lot of aggravation, but there's some people working together trying to stall for time to do what? To deliver the Ace of Cups. Now, what is this new idea? A new show of force, because we're dealing with force upon force upon force. This weight card is just a placement card. A placement card to get everything in for an attack. Something to deliver maximum pain. Seems like that, doesn't it? The Ace of Cups, the Hangman, another timing card. The two, somebody's doing this together, no, not working alone. And we have the Ten of Swords. Well, something's going to be happening. Something isn't cool. We're dealing with the drones, and like, what are these drones? Something is going on. Something's going on. And it's going to give us a whole lot of aggro, and it's a warning. The next scene is a warning. You could even maybe, I think there's just no reason for like LA to be burned to the ground the way it has been. No reason. No reason. No reason. A lot of theories have been proposed, but I'm asking, why has the drones been like, now they're getting steam again. Now that we have a new president in order, and we have two opposing sides, and we have a whole lot of action, and it's going to happen, and like it's already, the due date is already there. It's already planned, and this pause is just a pause. This timing card, it could either be a month from now, World War III. We could also have like something the maximum, a coalition with the Two of Pentacles, and they're just waiting to put together the big kahuna, the big surprise. And is that such a good thing? Is that such a good thing? Yeah, a month from now. Well, they do say, something's happening, something's going on. But I can't just see them having light shows, wasting all that valuable fuel for what? For what? Just to show us that they exist. We already know they exist. Are we going to have any answers? Probably not. What's a black cat? You mean a black psyops? I don't know. I like black cats. It's a black cat. Ah, something's going on. I mean, our spidey sense is telling us that something is going on, obviously. And it's not just like, we look at me flying high in the cosmos. And there's too many irrational acts going on, too many crazy people. And I was also listening to, like, in the United States, pro-Trumpers and anti-Trumpers. I mean, it's just too stupid. It just doesn't have any firm basis. And you have such organized whatever is behind it. The main thing they should be talking about, who the hell or what the hell are these drones in the sky? And why isn't the fires in LA out yet? Those are the deals. Those are the things that require conversation. Hmm. Yeah. There's something being planned. There's something being planned. That's for sure. Quite, and we can see that it's not good. Not when you have the Nine of Wands, and you have, I mean, the Ten of Wands, and you have the Ten of Swords. Something is being planned, and it's not just one. It's a coalition. They got something planned, and you get two timing cards. There's like, it's not everything is in place now. They're just practicing their maneuvers. And they could, they could, they could, they could be doing that. And the showtime will start soon enough. Like, even if this factor, you can say, like, why? I mean, there's too many raw edges, too many nerves, too many everything, too many medieval type thoughts going around, too much us and them, too much aggression, too much naked rawness. Just there's no connecting the dots. There's no conversation that's worthwhile. How did we get here? What are we going to do? Nothing of that. Nothing of that. No, they're not going to quit. They're like, 1 second, I'll be right back. Let me just go and I'm going to get a drink. Hold on. Okay, back. Yeah. I mean, it's just so weird. It's just so weird. Uh, yes. Well, that's the whole thing about, like, there's so many of these governments are trying to push, like UK trying to push AI. Trump pushing AI, and the fact of, like, you have like super AI. We have super AI. They can do everything, every single thing. And what is the point of, like, when it's programmed by people who have tribalistic, um, you know, uh, dictates. We're still primitive. We're so primitive in terms of like making this type of machine that has a directive to empower a toaster oven, your heat, your this, your that, your car. Like right now, they have the capabilities of like you get into your EV, you can be programmed. You're not to drive that car today because you didn't act like a good person. You didn't, according to our algorithms, you didn't like feed the cat. You didn't bow down 10 times in front of your master. I mean, whatever. They could say anything. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We need to ban as one. We have to stop this stuff. I mean, something big, something major is going on because what they're planning is this medieval type feudalism of like AI to have you, constant. Even with the smart meters, we're constantly being surveilled. Our activities. How many times did you wash last week? How much of what times you go to bed, what times you get up. I mean, they have sensors over everything, and they make it more inclusive. And then you have the AI. Hi, CG. Yeah, it's been taken over by, but there's always somebody to take over, to take over, to take over. Even on a primal level, if you have, let's say, you have a mouse that has this territory, and then a big rat comes along and eat and shoos the mouse away, and then up the food chain, then like a gopher or a beaver comes, and something bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That's just the way it is. However, we have the possibility, we have the capabilities within our own human network, our own human cellular level, beyond all this. Now, but of course, if we're shot dead, and if you have a whole bunch of if you have a whole lot of people that going, I believe, I believe, I believe, then we have problems. We have problems. And that's where we are right now. We're having people, like I know in UK, like Starmers only have, I mean, they have a slim victory level. And here in the United States, a lot of people hate Trump. A lot of people love Trump, but they still have, you do have the media, you have a lot of things that are against, we have a lot of antagonism. A lot of antagonism. Then you talk about like no jobs. I mean, AI is going to take all our jobs if you allow it, and then that's so boring. That's so boring. Oh, I want to look at a music that a machine made. I want to look at a painting that a machine made. I want to read a novel that a machine did. How stupid can you get? I mean, even now when you search on search engines, like different search engines, let's just put it that way. I mean, when you're trying to find something that's edgy, you have to go through tens and tens and tons of words of oatmeal because that's the way the algorithms are set. Safe thought, safe this, safe that. I mean, oh please. Please, where's the drama? Now, the only drama we have is these guardians that are looking at us in the sky, these drones that are like, nah, 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 nah. They're going like, watch out, pointing their finger at us. We're here, we're powerful. Yes. I mean, even we're watching television, that makes us that's already controlling our minds. And they also have like, that the phone, the radiation, the whole field. And we're kept ignorant of like just basically our priorities. Even this one thought, like we all have to have high thinking. We have to think the same way about anything. And the way that they call people who don't think according to the group thought, they use the word conspiracy theorists. Oh, that's so old. Will Kennedy get shot? That the CIA used the word conspirators. I mean, police. They can't even come up with new words. I mean, that's how much stupid they want the whole population to be. I mean, how many ways can you say stupid, dumb, lame, out of sorts, out of touch, and just like subpar? That's what the goal is. That's what the goal is. And then, of course, all of a sudden we're in our subpar realities, thinking stupid things. And then all of a sudden we see this light show of drones in the sky. And we've been seeing it for 2 months now. But smart dust is everywhere. Smart dust is everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere. probably on our clothes. It's on our food. When they put the chemicals on the vegetables, when they spray it to keep the bugs away, when they radiate it before it gets to your store, who knows? Who knows? There's so many out of sort things going on, and yet they don't want you to think about it. Don't think about it. Be scared. Be scared, and be productive at the same time. I mean, that's like keeping like a it's sci-fi. It's sci-fi horror movie, which is what our reality is. Yeah, I mean, we have machines. I mean, we are. I mean, but they're trying to make us into machines. And I mean, that's Elon Musk's idea. Is like, accept the fact that you won't be able to go forward without having some kind of mechanism inside your body to give you direction. And the cloud and this and that. I mean, it's monotonous. It's monotonous. Do you ever have anybody really come in front of you with any type of like credentials or any type of like real direction and say, you can be telepathic, you can be clairvoyant? No, let the machine will put a little device inside your head and you can listen to everybody else's thoughts. I mean, it's really like a kick in the ass to say that you need to have a machine to be more than human. Yes, 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 yes. Pacemakers, this, and that. Instead of like, I mean, there's such an inhuman element to everything. And that's one thing that we have to. Is it going to benefit us? No. Being machines is just going to can you imagine if you had like more machine bits inside of you and you wanted to take a rest? The machine says, finish those 10 hours of labor, and then keeps you going, and you're like really asleep, but your body's moving, and they can just control your functions. I mean, that's where it's going. That's where it's going. That's where it's going. So how can we? Should there be like areas, camps of people that want to be left alone? Don't bother us. We won't have any meters. We wear aluminum foil on our heads and under our hats because aluminum foil does act as a Faraday cage, like frequencies. It does. It works. It's cheap and it works. It works. So I mean, they joke around tinfoil hats. Yeah, a tinfoil hat under your cap, under your sun hat, under something. And then we're going to have special clothes. We're going to have clothes that aren't going to let them target. Like, what was strange? You take like Trump's inaugural thing. The same time that Trump was getting sworn in, you had the head of Planned Parenthood. She had a heart attack. She died. That same time. Isn't that weird? That's weird. That's very weird. And they weren't the best of friends. Now that could just be a coincidence, and probably is a coincidence, but it's a strange coincidence. It's a strange one. It's a strange one. I don't know. I just think that we have something's going on, and this show is not just a show of like, look at this, mom, look at this, dad. No. There's something going on. Something's going on, and they're gonna and they're just showing the right moment to give us miserables, to give us miserableness. There's a little pause, but not much, not much time. Not much time to do that. However, so now we know that. I mean, those of us know that this light show is not going to go on for like, oh, look at that. There's a purpose in mind, right? Now, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Okay, so we're mindful of it. That's good. We're mindful. And that's the first thing. It's like it's not going to become a shock. But of course, we never expected to have LA burn as much as it did for 15 days and still blowing, still burning. So I mean, you can set something in motion, but can they stop it? Can they stop it? I find it very hard for them to say they can stop something once they start it, especially with all the, the electric grid, smart meters, the lithium batteries, things like that. So maybe it was just a planned out response in with. That's also possible. That's also possible. That's also possible. Well, I say that we have to really profess, we have to call for peace. We have to call for peace, and we're not going to get transparency. We're just going to be told enough, but we have to go the what. We have to deal with the what ifs. The what ifs. The what ifs. Obviously, we're under a very tense situation. That they thought was best to be unveiled by Trump and his crew. Or they're all working together. Who knows? We can speculate because we're not going to be told any type of real data, real information. We won't be. But we have a bit of time. We have a bit of time. Yeah. Well, the main thing is they're going to go through show and tell. They're going to be as much, on a need to know basis. That theory, it's like who killed, they're still talking about Kennedy assassination, what happened in the 60s, right? It's the 60s, something like that. And they still don't fess up to what's really happened. They're talking about something that happened in the 60s, which is like 60 something years ago. And when nobody's talking about why are the drones up there, all right? They can simply say we're being monitored by a force that we have to show our force. They could say that, and they could say that. But no, quiet. And then you have Elon Musk dancing around in spasmodically on stages and just going, all strange types of jerky action. That doesn't make me feel so great. It's very strange. It's very, very strange. And you're not going to get a straight answer. We're not going to get it. We're just going to say, oh, kick out the immigrants, kick out this, kick out that, and praise the HB1 foreign workers. Okay. And it's very easy for Elon Musk to go praise the H1B workers because himself was born in South Africa, Pretoria. And he came to the United States on a student visa, an HJ. And he could have been the recipient of an or he should have been. There's a little unclearness. H1B himself. So he said that's groovy. He's not. When you just to a place you're already 20 something. Well, did he have to grow up here? And he grew up rich too. He grew up quite wealthy. So it's like this sense of unreality, unrealistic of companionship or sympatheticness or just simpatica. What are we being faced at? Even you take Trump was rich too. He's always had somebody come to his rescue, and who are his rescuers? So all these people, they're leaving us hanging. They're leaving us hanging. Biden too. It's like, oh, even the poor Ukrainian, guys send you to the meat grind with this Baroque, Stone Age equipment, when they have these drones, zip, 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 and they're sending the Walmart version over there to do damage. No, it's a lot of, and then there's a lot going on that is not being said. And if you think for yourself, or you have an idea, you share it, you talk about it, oh no, you can't think about that. Oh, no, 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 no. And you ask the spirits, and the spirits are the only ones we have, which is pretty considerable. The spirits are great. The spirits are great. Guide us, those spirits, guide us, because we're like in a pack or swimming in a pack of lava lives. And if we don't pay attention to your messages, and there's many people who could like infer what is happening, but the common sense, intuitive self says, why are those drones in the sky? And why are they back to talking about them again? Point blank. That's the thing we have to be mindful of. Mindful. The purpose. The purpose. The purpose. The path. And where is it leading? Where is it leading? Where is this thing leading? How do we act towards such a well-oiled machine? Now, how do we react to this stuff? How do we? What do we do? Well, let's see. How do we react? What do we do? How do we do? Well, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Well, we live our lives. True. Yeah. All right. Let's just see. What can we do about this situation? What can we do about this ghastly situation of just wait and see this cat and mouse thing? Well, wait a minute. These are all backwards. Let me turn them around. I don't like to just. Well, first of all, we could be really depressed about it because we have here the 5 of Cups. Well, remember, okay, so we figured this out and we still got 2 standing. This is like, don't slip into despair. Don't slip into despair. Think. And that's what we're doing. We're thinking. Come up with some basic ideas. We have the Page of Cups. Come up with some basic ideas. Basic ideas of how to keep going, how to keep the flow going. Now we have, don't give in to despair. There's always something that's overlooked. Start searching for people who feel the same way. We have the 6 of Cups. Start searching. Now we have the 8 of Cups. 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 Keep looking, keep searching. Gather your people together. Gathering together. And decide what side of the fence you're going to be on. Decisions. You must make decisions. We must make decisions based on our own capabilities, our own sense of gathering together. Because what's being planned is something that is counting on this organization will do its best. Will do its best. All right. So this is helpful. Now, do not despair. Plan. Basic 1, 2, 3, 4. Basic plans. The Page of Cups. We have here the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups. Gather your resources together. Gather your resources together. You see this going out the door, gather people together, gather. In other words, get your resources together. Get your resources in terms of people. Make a decision what side you're going to be on. You're going to flip or are you going to plan? This is the wheel. The wheel. The wheel. Yes, the wheel. Tick, 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 tick. We can change this. Not for the entirety. No. Because too many people are drinking, as they say, drinking the Kool-Aid, drinking the vino, smoking the dope. Too many people are already giving up. Too many people believe anything. Plan, day and night, plan. Plan a routine. Get together with your people. Make decisions, I will or I will not. And put yourself in a position of something, of fortitude. That's how we get through this. We realize that this is like Garf Garf. We realize that we're supposed to feel overwhelmed with seeing space aliens, right? More or less. Overwhelmed with seeing things in the sky that are making outrageously unpredictable, unseen speeds and movements. Okay, so we got that. We got that. Now, what do we do here on this planet? Well, we find ourselves sections. We find ourselves, we're gonna like, okay, something's going on. We realize that. And it's not good. And we gather together, we join with people who think like mind. And there are gonna be people that are going, oh, you're full of this and you're full of that. No. We gather ourselves together under the same viewpoint. We've all reached the same, this is justice, the same decision. Same decision. So that's the thing right now. We're gonna find out where do you stand? Where do you stand? Are you in a position to flip out? Or are you going to realize that there's in every situation it's not complete, it's not absolute. And especially if it's been done by machines for machines and treating us as what? I don't know. But not as intelligence. That in the maze. They're trying to put us in mazes. You can even say that smart cities are like mazes. There's only one way and one way exit and one way entrance. And there's, one way, one way. Like little rats in a laboratory. But our trump cards are decision making and planning and decision making and being aware of what's going to be happening. So what do you think? What do you think? What do you think that? What do you think? What do you think? In other words, let us love freely. Let us be generous. Let us be kind, because that extends our spiritual growth. And the more spiritual growth you have, the smarter you become, the wider you become, the more thought you have. The tighter you become, the more nervous you become, the more low energy you become, the more helpless you become. And that's what the lesson is all about, to crunch, 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 so you can be put in the blender of despair. But if you realize that's going to be hard, then you have a way. Do not fall. There's nobody who's going to tell you exactly what to do that you can necessarily find solace in. I mean, in terms of you got to feel it in your guts. You got to feel it in your innards. So That's what I see. I mean, there's a way out of this situation, or there's a way to have a way to have what do you say? A way to have not a solution per se, but there's another direction. There's another direction, and to gather yourselves together, another direction. Alchemy. They keep on saying alchemy was like, BS, but I don't know. I think that there's much more that we are capable of doing. They try too hard to like say, this is your limit, this is where you belong, stay on your level. You've heard that. We all have heard that. Stay on your level. Or who do you think you are? And sometimes the most idiotic person can challenge you because they themselves are lost. And then you're getting caught up in some kind of like, unnecessary situation. Because when you seem to have it together and others are tripping, oh, they'll do anything they can to put you in your place. As they think, let me step on you, and I will be able to elevate myself to a level that I can comprehend my own self. So it's confusing in a way, but it's so predictable. It's very predictable. Even the same actors, people like are different people, but they act the same way, so they all kind of blend in each other. Let's just hope that on a leadership level, we don't blend into what we have already. I don't know. It worrisome to me how like Musk dances around on the stage and he gets away with it all. And there's so many things about him that are a little mysterious and not exactly comfy feeling. And the fact that they want to so engrade AI, like I would like to see putting 600 million in AI. How about groceries? How about feeding? How about growing vegetables? Each house should grow vegetables inside hydroponics rather. How can we not have that? I mean, why do we have to have this big corporate food production thing when we can grow our food ourselves? That's what's not understandable. Is like, how come we are not having adequate discussion how to do things for ourselves? That's not a little disconcerting. It's very disconcerting. True. He is. Shriek is more. I know, and he's being kept in our faces, and he's not the only country. He's being put in the UK face. I mean, why is this person, this South African person, being put in our face? I mean, he's a naturalized U.S. citizen, and he's also Canadian. But like, why is he in her face? And constantly the world's richest man. Oh, please go away. What would the world's richest man be in any type of leadership if he's not giving away his money? I don't understand it. And he's going to cut government waste. Okay. And he's dancing around like, wee on stage. I like to, somehow, I mean, Americans are kind of, especially American men, they don't have much, uh, much, rhythm or jumping up and down. They don't do much of that. Kids do. Children do. Yeah. How come that we have to, like, oh, and look at these. I mean, is he running the show now? Is he running the government? Is he more with all his hand gestures and his jumping up and down and his boom, boom, boomerang? Is he running the show? I thought, like, what is it? I mean, instead of seeing, Trump do his dance and Elon Musk do his his springing up and down, I'd rather see food prices be normal. I'd rather see a jobs instead of saying what kind of jobs. Oh, AI is going to do it all. Robots. There's a sickness going on. There's a real sickness going on. And do we have a solution? I don't think so. Yeah. And yeah, you take a starter husband. Yeah, I mean the way it's going, it doesn't seem nice. And what does he do? Watch everybody's data. I told you so. Like everybody takes a wash at like 10:30. Everybody gets up at 7. I mean, what is this automation in human activity? He's on something. He is on something. Elon Musk is on something. I don't know, but it's I mean, he's been rich since day one, so it's nothing new. But people know that he exists, and then he's he's talking to Starmer, PM Starmer, Prime Minister Starmer, about you got to do this and you got to do that, and and then he's over there in Germany. I mean, he's into. I think that he is magnifying himself too greatly, too much, too much, too much. It's kind of scary. When you don't sleep enough, I mean, it could not be human. That's true. But how many hours does he dance a day? Oh, really? So, and he tells stories. He doesn't have the idea of like what is real and what isn't real. He's lost that ability. If he ever had that ability, he doesn't have. He's in a strange place, and then he has several babies, mommies, and I don't know. It's just there's a commitment problem. There's this, there's that. It doesn't feel wholesome. It feels like something me, 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 me. It's a me, 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 me thing. Uh, yes, I mean, and it's not, and it's not even like a dream catcher of indigenous American Indians. They use the spider web, the dream web. It's like he. What's being planted is a horrific future, a future that every single nose blow you do, every single sneeze will be counted. Your DNA, your biometrics, how long you stay awake. I mean, who is this worse than the medieval period when the lord of the manor went around to his peasants' huts and see what they were doing, and they went, "Yes, master, I master." I mean, is this worse than any other slavery? Is this like you don't? And then you'll have robots making sure as the overseer. It's just too much. It doesn't. It's not. It's not. It's not sustainable. It isn't. You need to use that archaic word, sustainable. I don't like that word. Uh, I think that, I mean, there's so much more. There's not a big empathy with a man who's wealthy, who's always been wealthy. Do you know he went to University of Penn on a scholarship, full scholarship? And he uses that, I was poor. No, no, he's always been wealthy, full scholarship. And the second got into the University of Penn with another person, they bought a 10-room frat house. Then he turned into a disco. Disco, party, party. That's why he's bouncing up and down, because he's probably buying something, I don't know, an asteroid or something, and it's going to be like, the place to go boogie, boogie, boogie. Yes, we need to work together, because I don't see Elon Musk really working together, because he is, I mean, I just sense something coming from him that needs constant attention. It's like, when you have like a nervous animal, you have to like scratch his ears or something, like a nervous kitty or a nervous dog. There. Like too much attention, too much me, 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 me. And he's willful. He's very willful. I'm not saying he's not a good person. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's like spread too thin. He's spread too thin, and I'm not sure when you spread that thin. And he glosses over a lot of issues, and they don't really want to have us working together. As I said, with all his money, he should be giving out, setting up Elon Musk schools of re-education. I mean, and free for all. Just come there, get your whatever you need to help you. And there's none of that. There's just you should, and AI will take care of everything and take this chip plant. So I mean, that's the sickness of it all. That's the sickness. Really? Yeah. No, I mean, there's a lot of disconnect. Of course he would, and of course Elon Musk would want more foreign workers in the United States, and there's not even jobs for the people who like out of college and the people who have been working for a while. But they want to extend the immigration because he's a naturalized American citizen and naturalized American, and he is super rich, so he doesn't have to worry about when is he going to eat or stuff like that, because he has money in the bank. And it's just a hobby for him, a hobby, not like a survival tool. And there's no relationship, there's no reality, except for him boinging and boinging and boinging, and what my money buys me, that type of thing. What my money buys me, it buys me everything. Right? Yeah, right? I know. It's just it's sometimes people, though, when they get too much attention, premature attention, they lose more than they gain. I mean, which is why he's hopping around on stage and doing all these high, quick gestures. I mean, a grown ass man touching his heart and saluting like that. Oh, he's proud. He's proud of what? Of what his money bought him? Of what he buys? Is he proud that Trump was always Trump? But Elon is a South African who grew up under certain kind of terms. His father probably went and got the emerald mine, which probably, isn't Africa for Africans? Excuse my ignorance, but he probably got that a certain way. Then his son is there, like, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I mean, right away, that's a two-tier system. And then you have David Sachs, he's also a South African. And then you have Elon Musk, and there's one more person. Who is it? Oh, Peter Thiel. Now, they're all these heavy demagogues of technology, of which they have this, this funny feeling towards Africans, towards others. I'll just put this others. They grew up rich, they grew up this, they grew up that, and they grew up in both 50s, 60s, whatever, and they grew up knowing racism in terms of like dark at the back of the bus type of thing, and high and like that kind of stuff. They grew up in an archaic system, in other words. Now they're bringing now their archaic mannerisms to the helm of Star Wars, Star Trek. So it's beware. I think we should beware of where this is going, and then we're going to rule your every minute, every walking day with where were you? We will decide how far you go. You must be in a smart city. You must do this. You must do that. We must watch you, and we will give you points if you're good. We will subtract your points if you're bad. Naughty, naughty, naughty. This is like we're back in grade school. We're back in grade school as if they're trying to make us. And this is what we have to protest. This is what we have to. What is the benefit of AI? No, machines. Machines doing every single frigging thing for us. What is the benefits? What are the dangers? I know, I know, I know, I know. There's poor people. I mean, you take like, not Native Africans. I have to say that there's all, white Native Africans too, because, it's been around for a while. But I mean, the dark ones, the original ones, I mean, they're really, really intelligent people. And the fact that they have to be used for experimentation and have all the resources, I mean, everybody wants, I mean, Africa is the biggest continent going, the biggest. And you can put China, US, Russia, and everybody in there, and they still have room to spare in the real size of Africa. And the fact that, like the Moss, they took the diamond mines. I mean, these people could have used it for the tribe, they could have used that for their nation. And then, it's like there's such a. You often wonder too: is AI going to be used as a colonialistic power to not only for them to be subjugated, but for us as well, who they're trying to get everybody into one envelope, one fold, one room, one roof, one schoolhouse, one word. Yes, exactly. And this is like for instance, there's a guy named Steve Bannon who's worried about these three South Africans who are like, hanging out with Trump like this and running the AI, the artificial intelligence policies. For us, the United States people, and if they can, and they're trying to get into like, UK, the Starmer, trying to say Starmer is a, PIG, and perhaps he is. I mean, Tony Blair. I mean, there's such going on. Can they ever stop planning and trying to be boss? Boss. This is the whole thing. It's the whole hierarchy of like small top, wide bottom, right? This whole pyramid style rule system, of which I want to mind your business. I want to mind your business instead of just seeing this is a well-developed society. That's why we can't advance in the cosmic level further than squat. Further than squat. And they remain, even though we have drones in the sky, we have endless fires, and we have no reason except saying a bunch of squatters, immigrants, campers started the fire. Uh-huh. 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 I mean, if that isn't Garf Garf, what is Garf Garf? Yes, it is sad. Very sad. It's very, very sad that we can't advance as a species. We can't advance as a species because we're too greedy. We just don't too lazy. We are lazy and we are greedy because the small people, we allow the small amount of people to like make decisions for all of us. And of which I mean, why do we have these huge food processing plants? Why can't we have our own little farms, our own substance that that we're responsible for? Because it's not advocated. And what are we supposed to do? Play checkers? We're not giving too many choices about what we are supposed to do, except be afraid, and be afraid, and listen to your dictates. Wait for orders. Wait for instructions. I remember I was when they were thinking that something was going to happen in New York a couple of years ago, like a bomb or something, or some kind of something. I forget the exact details. And they were telling everybody in North Jersey and New Jersey and New York to have a to-go bag. and they were telling you what to put in your to-go bag, including a roll of toilet paper, and your cell phone fully charged, as if there was a nuclear explosion, you'd have cell phone service. Now, you know you wouldn't have cell phone service. Oh, really? Even if you were this, at the time, even Musk satellites were not up in the air. And it's still too, will his satellites be like, won't they be blown out? I mean, what's stopping it? What's stopping it? That's what I mean. We have to advocate stop being mean and stupid. Stop being mean and stupid. I mean, speak to us, the constituents, smartly, with intelligence, and tell us the deal. If you don't want to tell us, well, we'll just have to, work on our gut feelings. Right now, we're feeling like everything is mean, stupid, and unnecessary. And we're losing faith. We've lost the faith. And just to have like somebody in there, a new president, a new face, we need to have some facts. We need to get back and get healthy. We need, as a country, the United States needs to become a healthy place. When will there be a chance to do that? That's questionable. That's very questionable. I think we can, we can find pockets. We can find pockets of people that generally want to be healthy. But there's so many more of us that choose not to. Choose not to because it's a responsibility that they're not used to taking. I would say there's out of the population of the United States, perhaps like 85% are like, I don't want to think. I don't want to think. I just want to, eat Doritos and do what I'm told. Or watch Netflix. I mean, that's a stupid thing to say and a sarcastic thing to say, but it's either perceived that amount because of the way they treat us, or it actually is that amount, or both, or a combination of both. I definitely don't know. I definitely don't know. Because there's so much sadness, and there's meanness, and there's just, why? Why do we need machines and their algorithms in the data center? Now, right now, they're counting on huge data centers, which is going to take a tremendous amount of electricity to keep them cool, quantum computing, and also they're also like lookout stations. I mean, the frequency level emanating and the energy levels that are emanating from these centers, they're off the charts, off the charts. Off the charts. I mean, even the fact you take Governor Newsom of California, the way he was talking about we will rebuild. I mean, his hair is. I mean, he seemed like a CGI. In the way his neck and his head was rotating, it didn't even seem like a normal person. It seemed like, what is this jerky movement? And then talking about rebuilding when he couldn't even stop and make sure that a major city like LA was safe. Had water, they didn't send the money, all the equipment to Ukraine, 20-something million dollars worth of equipment to Ukraine. If they didn't give 51 million dollars to Israel for their war efforts. I mean, all these things, they don't have any money to pay the citizens. It's just off the charts. It's just off the charts. There's too much stupidity. There's just too much. And they're not ashamed. Who cares about the Olympics when are we going to even survive from the next Olympics? And if you don't indicate the cause of things, they just repeat themselves. And do you think these drones are going to wait around for 4 years or 3 years, whenever the Olympics are? I doubt it. Yes, they need to be held responsible because, we are somewhat for those of us who went along with their, storytelling, we're also responsible. But the point of the matter is they're not stopping. They're continuing, and they're continuing. Like there's only one way to live, and that's the right way. The right way, together, celebrating our commonalities, and with a mutual purpose of like living a life worth living. Not like trashing it up and like boogie, boogie, boogie and being he and like being stoned all the time on drugs. That's not like, where I am. There's like lots of what do you call this thing? Marijuana dispensary. So this is why I said, what is a dispensary? What is it? I mean, I didn't know. And they said, oh, that's where you can go buy pot legally. Oh, huh? What? I mean, so you have a whole bunch of stoned people, acting stupid, always stoned, breeding more psychosis. And you're supposed to be happy about that. While they go around, you see, look at the thing in the sky. You might as well go down to Target and go get yourself one of them cat toys and just zim 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 or a little flashlight. So I mean, we have so many things that are wrong, and even in the states legalizing substance abuse. I mean, marijuana is no easy. It's not soda. It's not soda. No, it's not a sugar high. It's a change. I mean, it's a major drug. It is a major drug. And for you to go, oh, it's to consume responsibly. Oh. And then too, like women, the treatment of women, the treatment of men, our relationship level. We have so many things that are just off the charts. Yeah. It's all the problem. It's all the crack, the heroin. I mean, what do they have in certain places, in certain cities? They have what do they call them? You can go and inject yourself with heroin safely. They give you fresh needles. I mean, what is that? And even I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words because I find it disgusting. It's hard to see when you see people that are just pot makes you. I would say pot makes you feel like you're the star, and also make you childish and just pay attention to me. It makes you like a toddler. It makes you addle brain. Of course, you can recite certain things. People drive around stoned, but it still gives you the nah. Well, me. It's me. It's all about me. It's my scene, my show. It's me. And if you're not like on cue with your meanness, the me, M-E, not M-E-A-N, you are like, you have to listen to their tantrums. And you don't know, and a person is already disturbed. You do splits, you do pot every single day. You take LSD trips, you take heroin trips, you take them all, right? And you just, who are you? What are you after? What are you? Are you human? Are you human? I'm just saying, with all this maniacal thinking, all this display, all this secrets, we should be advocating the spirits to increase our intelligence, increase our telepathy, increase our abilities, our psychic abilities to help us, to guide us. We can't be off target at all, because there's so much going on. They're trying to squash. That's what I'm saying. We have to be aware, more than aware. We have to have we have to elevate ourselves. We have to get up and out, breathe, exercise our psychicness. We have that. We do have that. And we can't afford to bury it. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, we have to make sure that one thing is sure, pot does not make you smarter. It's not going to make you smarter. It's not going to make you more psychic. And what I'm into, it's not going to make you more spiritual either, because you're using a substance we have all that stuff inside of us naturally. And I'm saying to be straight and develop your it's not psychotic, right? Your psychic abilities, because we are strong. We are strong, and we have many places that we have yet to know our capabilities, where they are, lie, and the powers that they can generate. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And we shouldn't put to sleep part of our oneness, our greatness. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that we have to get down to basics, so we can jump further up higher and more elevated on a side on a psychic level. Yes, we have to find. You can't go to sleep. You're not gonna like. I mean, they try their best to. I think educational systems, they try their best to get your psychic abilities, your powers. They strip you. It's like, this is who you are. I am. I am. I am. Not this is. They don't do steps of how to increase your abilities. They don't say, "Do you know what I'm thinking right now?" To the class. No. They go, "This is what you must repeat." Mm. And it just seems as though that not only do we take this new batch of humans and with the face masks and this and that and this and that and 6 feet apart, all that type of stuff they had to go through. Now we're also going to put them in predictive behavior groups, which again, there's psychic energy. Now you do know, of course, there are lots of people that are being trained for their psychic ability. They are. They are. There's a group of people, you know, a number of them that are being trained psychically, as well as subjects as needed. But there's also a vast group of people that are just being instructed to follow what is being said. So that's what I'm saying. That's what we have to do. I mean, if you believe that, that it all depends upon what you're comfortable at and what you believe. I personally believe that we're capable of a lot of psychic activities, and that those are the goal, and that is the thing that must be stressed. And I do think that like when we have like space, other beings, other intelligences from different places, even from this planet, we don't know, that they're going to go according to the psychicness. They're going. I mean, they're not going to say, they're not going to go up to the leaders of Germany and France and United States and Russia and go, "I want to be friends with you." No, no, no. They're going to go according to has the levels that they could feel. The vibrations. They're going to go for the vibrations. Yeah. Right. 6G is here. It's all part of the Internet of Things, IoT. The Internet of Things, IoT. It doesn't smell good. It doesn't feel good. Oh, excuse me. The Internet of Bodies. The Internet of Bodies. The Internet of Things. The Internet of Bodies. Yes, you still have your soul. And that's what we're trying. And the soul. I mean, our soul could be our psychic energy too. You know that? Our soul. Because that's the part that doesn't die. It's like we were put into these meat suits, these bodies. And what are we doing with them? We're feeding them, we're watching them, we're doing this and we're doing that. But are we content? Are we? Are we just content to watch other bodies jump up and down like Elon Musk? No. Yeah, I mean, they're not listening. They're not listening. And you can even blame Obama in his era for like putting the smart grid in there without health effects to the wayside, and then just one group, each one puts their layer. I mean, Trump can't do like big data centers AI with Elon if it wasn't for the lay down of a smart grid and the smart meters collecting the data, right? Now we have Biden put the EVs up there with fully connected cars, Which I mean, even when you had that incident in I think it was New Orleans that the Tesla truck blew up in front of the Trump Towers, then it was not even said so much. I don't know. I don't even know if it was said at all. But the Tesla is a self-driving vehicle. You don't have to drive it. So who's to say how that body got in there? Who's to say that that actual body of that person drove that Tesla to that spot and ignited it? Who's to say? Because it's self-driving. So all these things. Well, but in the meantime, we still have our souls. We have to get it together, and we still have loving relationships and things to do. Things to do. We still have things to do. We still have things to do, and we have important things to do. And to all the people who don't want to participate in the things to do, oh, okay. You know, that's okay. That happens. That's true. For those of us who want to participate in the things to do, well, where are we going with it? Where are we going with it? Are you happily with a partner? We have to find people. We have to find people. And quickly too. We have to find people. Because let's say something happens in a month. Now, a month. That's something to be aware of, isn't it? That's something to be aware of. Have you seen any weird people? I mean, weird spirits? Have you seen spirits? I wonder if, like, some of the spirits that are on this earth, are they just checking out, or there's more coming in? You don't know. You don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Well, at least we know that there's some people that are mindful. And that's the first step, right? That's the first step, being mindful. Of course, being aware that something is like not right for a while. Well, I think that we carried this conversation as long as possible. We know that we got to be prepared. We got to be prepared, and we will be prepared. And we will use our utmost, and we will like breathe in, breathe out, relax in the midst of chaos. We will still relax in terms of like think rationally, because something's coming our way. And still, it's going to be restrained action. Otherwise, we wouldn't have our shows, the flyers, the drones, the this, the that. Even I think Elon Musk jumping up and down is indicative of something. He's so happy. Why is he happy? Ah, yeah, I see. I see. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I saw. I usually see spirits, like weird shaped spirits, and I see shadows. I see like strange things. I see a lot of strange things. Luckily, I haven't seen anything for about a year and a half, but that could change. But it depends on where I am too. I've seen, but no. I mean, I know that I will see more things. Yeah, and it's interesting. It's interesting for sure. That's one thing we can say. It's not boring. Like I don't watch television or anything. Not at all. I haven't watched television for years. For years. Ah. Hmm. Like I know when somebody's close to me dies. I know that. Like when my mother died. I knew she was gone. Even though I hadn't seen her for a while, I knew she was gone. Same thing with some relatives. I knew when they were gone, and I've been in different countries too, and I see their I see who is in that particular country. Who I'll see what intelligence is in that country. I do. I get visitors. And I've experienced that. And I've seen craft forever. I'm not so surprised with the drone craft because I've seen that before, and by myself, and I've seen it. I stopped reporting it to the state police because they used to look at me like I was nuts. Just kept it to myself. But yeah, I'll just put it that way. Yes, they are everywhere. Spirits are everywhere. And the more inclined you get, the more you see them. Well, yeah, yeah. But I think that sometimes sometimes you're just meant to see more things than other people. That's all. And to claim that humans are the only intelligence or the only beings, that's a fallacy. That's a fallacy. That's a fallacy. That's a fallacy. And the fact that we're seeing these drones, that's an opening for like lots of stuff. Well, that's an opening to wake up, America. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. That's a wake up call. That's a wake up call. Anyway, I think that I am going to take a break and yeah, I think certain objects attract spirits or strange. I know what I used to think too. I used to think that these beings they like when people give off certain energy readings, and they also like to have when they're what they're watching does something different. It does something different. You know, when you watch creatures that do something different, like you can watch foxes. This is what a fox does, but a fox is doing something different. Things like that. Like just on pure mammal level, but just that they do something different and emanating a certain kind of vibration. Okay, I'm going to take a break. Okay, guys? I appreciate all your comments, but I'm going to take a break for now. And I'm going to come back with a new reading about love. Love. Because now we just things. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too. And now we're going to talk. I'll come back after a while and talk about love, romance, being together, being together. I didn't push all this. We've already, figured out things. Now we got to get like, basic, basic. Me love you, you love me, that type of stuff. Okay, until the next time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.